you know, very annoying. And so you simply say, you know what, mana regenerates, I need level 2. So let's do this. You know, the risks greatly. Anyway. So, goes in for the creep check, easy stuff here, just going for whatever's in range. You know, he doesn't like dive in and go for the Blademaster or anything, because he can simply windwalk away. Good stuff there with the coil, you know, keeps attention on, you know, what's taking damage, what he can steal. I think Remind really should have been more conscious of that fact and faked out the coil or simply killed it with a windwalk. He could have easily gotten that kill, because the creep was very low when it actually got coil sniped, enough for windwalk probably to do enough to finish it off, so whatever. So, Fav's regrouping into the back of his base. You see that the fruits of his fast tier 3 are simply 3 fiends, an orb, and a statue. I mean, he's got 34 food, but his army is quite decent. You know, by contrast, Remind only has, well, 39 food. They both went tier 3. He's got 39, but Fav's got 37. So, you know, a little bit less. And he's making a fiend right now, so his army itself isn't even that big. But it doesn't matter, because he's got an orb. He got the first orb. He's got, you know, heroes and fun stuff. And you notice also that he went Frost Armor first, because orcs love to hero focus. I don't think it's a surprise to anyone who plays this game. And the thing is, Frost Armor is really, really useful, and up to the point that your opponent gets an Orb of Lightning, Frost Armor will basically keep your stuff alive close to indefinitely, as long as you have enough mana to spam coils, which is what the statues are for. You can keep stuff alive very easily with Frost Armor. Now, of course, the result of Remind going faster 3 is that he has an Orb of Lightning, but it just turns the game into a game of chance. Will he purge in time? Will he not? So, Remind notices that Fav is going to try to creep jack him or try to push or whatever, and he's like, "Well, screw that. I'm gonna go run away, because I can't fight that with, you know, I can't fight an undead and creeps at the same time." Undead, however, is easy mode, and so he can easily pull the creeps. And notice he didn't run into the creeps and start fighting, because that will get you owned. What he did was he pulled the creeps, because hey look, there's a buffer between the orc army and his army. If he disengages the creeps and he starts fighting the orcs, the creeps will go away. They will simply stop fighting him. If he, however, you know, had run in there, his fiends would be up in front and he would lose a bunch of units. Now you notice Ensnare, and even the creeps a little bit, are doing a lot of damage here. You can see that he is picking off some fiends, but the main thing is that the Blademaster is going all out to try to get rid of the statues. And that is really an important point, because it's very important to get rid of these statues. It's just very important to get rid of that. And now, I guess what he did here is he said, I don't know why he went for the Dark Ranger, because he could obviously not kill it. He didn't have a stomp ready, or at least not one on the Death Knight. Now this is interesting. The Blademaster somehow dies, and I'm not sure why. He was clearly windwalking, there was no reveal. But maybe fiends just always hit invisible units, which is their own little fun buff, because they're crit fiends, despite the fact that everything else will miss. But, you know, whatever. It's a small point, but it's useful. And you see the Storm Chieftain just getting ripped on. I mean, anytime you have the Orb of Corruption and you have, you know, more than one unit, you can really focus down mostly any unit. Just the negative armor really has a huge impact on the durability. So yeah, you saw the statues die really quickly, but it just doesn't really matter. You know, he never really cast more than maybe one Frost Nova, and that also didn't matter, because Frost Armor is beastly. It slows kids down just as much as Nova does. Obviously it doesn't deal damage, but the thing is, your damage output is going to come from physical damage output. You're reducing everything's armor by 5. You know how much damage you do when they have negative 5 armor? Well, if they have negative 4, that's 22% damage increase, which is quite a bit. And, you know, they just get chopped down all day. It's kind of nice. Useful stuff. So, Fav going to come in here and finish off the creep camp. He knows that he's pretty safe to fight because the Blademaster should be healing, the Torn Chieftain's getting revived. Easy creep camp there. For some reason, he actually decides not to go for it, or he like screwed up the pull, but now he finally pulls it. It's going to go for his thingy here. But the main point, I mean, Frost Armor really, you just want to get it because the Orc will focus down your stuff way too quickly. His entire army is melee. Hell, his entire army is the Blademaster, and that's certainly melee. And so getting rid of that annoyance is very, very useful. I mean, you significantly reduce damage output. I mean, not only do you get the 3 armor, which gives you roughly 16% damage reduction, but also you have another 25% damage reduction based on their attack speed. And that's quite useful. And if he tries to run away, well, he's got the 50% slow or whatnot, and it gets very happy very quickly. So, let's see. Blademaster's going to come in for a creep check here, and it's not going to be super deadly because he's got frost armor, he's got heroes and what have you. You know, the Dark Ranger got himself a new invulnerability potion, and it's go time. So, Death Knight you can see is getting focused. Guess what? It's frost armor time. And let's see how quickly he can purge it. No. Stomp. No purge. No. But he manages to Death Pact in time. If he had purged if he had gotten a single purge, he would have gotten the kill on the Death Knight. And now he quickly, of course, passes the invulnerability potion because he's scared of that. And pow, focus down on the Blademaster and you are dead. Again, no purge. The Death Knight manages to run away. And this is, again, why the statues are so amazing. The Death Knight is surviving because of statues. And look, damage output, 39 health. Lived because of statues, and because they're never getting purged on. Happy times, basically. So yeah, it does kind of suck that part of this game, the reason that people can win is because of random number generation. Because, oh look, you know, I'm not affected by purge. I can survive anything, because I have frost armor on. And that's really unfortunate. You know, one more crit, one purge would have killed the Death Knight. True. But, you know, I think that you really shouldn't be weighing your chances of winning the game on random chance. I mean, it happens, and this is clearly one of the examples of that actually happening. But, you know, at the same time, Remind did make, I would say, a few mistakes. And just, you know, he abuses heroes a little bit too much. I mean, the thing is, it's very hard for orcs to know exactly how much abusing to do, because you have to win the game. I mean, the only way to win the game, I should say, is by abusing the fact that you have a Blademaster who can do tons of damage and can walk away from anything. But at the same time, if you lose your hero, you screwed up.